Hello, I'm Ben Parry. I'm the Operations Director for Toot Bus. We do open top tours in London. We also operate in Bath, Paris and Brussels. I'm principally focused on our London operation. Toot Bus we used to be the original open top sightseeing tour in London since 1951. We rebranded Toot Bus globally in 2021. As part of that rebrand, we as a company made a pledge that we would be or aim to be the greenest or most sustainable sightseeing company in the world. Part of that was to make sure that we were running as clean a fleet as we possibly can, principally through the use of electric buses. We've got a fleet of 46 buses at the moment, and the aim will be to have the whole fleet electrified by 2030. We decided to try a few things when we first started it, which was one was buying brand new electric vehicles. The other was to convert some of our existing fleet into electric vehicles, which we actually had a pilot bus done in 2017 by Magtech. That bus has been running fantastically ever since then. And we went through a tender process in the beginning of 2022 to choose a supplier to repower our vehicles, because we just felt actually it was end-to-end a much better sustainability story, using the whole vehicle and making it last a lot longer than it would normally otherwise last. And Magtech, with a previous relationship and also the tender that they put in 2022, were head and shoulders above the rest, really. Great service, great reliable products that we knew because we had history with, and also the after-sales care is second to none. We've since had further 4 buses converted to electric, with another 4 due to be done this year. And the after-sales care has been absolutely superb. Whenever there's an issue, we have a technician on site within 24 hours, often within a couple of hours, to diagnose and repair the issue. If it's something that can't be repaired straight away, they normally take either the part or the bus away and return it to us as soon as they possibly can, with constant updates in between. Also, the Magtech Assist platform that is provided with every conversion gives us great insight into the usage of our bus, how the power flow is performing, and we can have a full picture of how we're doing at any one time with all of our fleet, which is really, really helpful. Further to that, we partnered with BEV, who electrified our depot, and Magtech were really great in working with BEV to put an API from their platform into the BEV platform so that our smart charging technology could work in harmony with the buses as well. So all in all, it's been a really superb partnership. I could not fault it in any way, shape or form. All the staff are really friendly, really helpful. And, it's a very technical subject, and they are there to help lend a hand and give us advice as well, not only to me, but also all of our engineers. And whenever they need some technical support, it's there on tap. So if you are thinking of electrifying, Magtech I couldn't praise them highly enough. The specific things that we were looking for, we've got quite a unique setup in that we've got a very generous charging window and relatively short routes. We were ideally looking at an AC charging solution because we wanted to optimize battery life, so we don't need to throw in lots of power very quickly into our vehicles, and we have a relatively short route, so we don't necessarily have range anxiety. However, one of the challenges was, can we get more than one day's operation out of one of our vehicles, which we actually can now using Magtech. So, those are the specifics really. But I think what we just really the main thing that we were driven by was, is the product going to be reliable? With a small fleet, we can't afford to have buses out of action for days on end, especially during the peak of the summer, when we really are using our entire fleet, because every penny counts at that time of year. So downtime is a big factor, which meant that A, it needed to be a reliable product, and B, it was the after sales, the service support that we really probably was the thing that absolutely sealed the deal for us. We were promised lots of things by other people in the tender, but we just didn't have the feeling or the surety that was going to be able to be something that they were going to be able to deliver on. Whereas we already knew from our experience that Magtech could, and has since being proven to be the case, that they're good to their word and have delivered on our expectations there. We're seeing the early fruits of that, to be honest. You guys will highlight a problem to us before we know we've got one, more often than not, which is and it's just so helpful, because we are learning ourselves. Our engineers are learning about the electric buses. They're not perfect at diagnostic stuff, especially things that are deep within the nuts and bolts of the system. Whereas you guys can see it, through the telematics. You know exactly what's going on, and as I say, more often than not, you'll be telling us there's a problem about to occur, which is really, really helpful, and it's exactly what we wanted, because we know that it can be problematic. With that in mind, the fact that it's all built, in Britain, not too far down the road from us. You very often, most of the issues that have got, you are able to pull it apart and diagnose it and fix it yourselves without too much problem, and that is worth its weight in gold. We've had vehicles supplied from the continent that we've seen no end of issues, time delays, cost delays, etc., because it's not British made. So that again was a big factor for us to sort of say, yeah, this is the thing you need to go for.